The date of recording this video is the 16th day of January, and I think we need to make some certain things clear. This is not a financial advice, it's my opinion based on how I think I know how to analyze the market. And so that's what we're going to be doing right away. Just can't tell it all. I posted something on X some hours ago today that Bitcoin would sink to a low of 78K. And that bias is still very real. Now, what you can see on the screen is the weekly candle of Bitcoin. And I really do hope we can, in 3 minutes, talk about some key and important things. Meanwhile, I, for one, have been opining that tone is a checker card for me in this bull market. I've been calling the bull market run from December 2022, and the market from 16K had rallied all the way to 108K. I think the top it made was like somewhere around $108,360, $108,000. And here we are right now faced with a lot of questions with what exactly do we think the market is going to be doing, blah, 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 blah. So this is it, guys. The weekly time frame, definitely this is a new top, as you can see. And aside from the fact that this is a new top that the market has made, it's expected to have a very full-blown retracement. I'm going to be like unlocking the old diagram I'd drawn. So my predictions over the years have been clear. So all the green line represents the halving year, which is the year the halving, the Bitcoin halving takes place. And so over the years from 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024, we've had the market reacting that way. So sorry, this place looks dark. And so following each halving, we've had a lot of rallies, the market going upwards, and here we are seeing the market taking some move. The last halving, which was last year, I've literally witnessed the Bitcoin market running from somewhere around here, 69K, right? About 50%, like 50%. I had predicted that this bull run was going to be seen like 50 to 100%, which explains my ultimate expectation for the market sitting at 160K thereabout. But again, we've seen something, and it's not strange for us to pay attention to that. So on the weekly time frame, our bias is very, very bearish. And what do I mean by our bias is very, very bearish? Our bias is bearish in the sense that there are some things that are very, very important for us to take note of. And when we look at on the weekly time frame, there is something the market is essentially doing. What is it that the market is doing? On the monthly time frame, the market has changed bias. I don't know why the trading view is giving this coloring or this coloration. All we can just see is this is a bearish candle. And so we would not pay we must pay close attention to all of these. So what we can see is the market's playing the charade, preparing for a down tick. So in a uptrend scenario, we would sorry, let me take this like this. So in an uptrend scenario, we would be expecting the market at the very least from this low to retrace into the using the P&DR rate to retrace into like sub 77K into the fair value gap right here. And so that's something that would probably happen, even if we're going to begin upwards in the case of a bullish market. So I'm of the opinion we're going to be seeing the market come a little bit like 77, 80K before we continue from a monthly perspective. And the higher time frames are very much strong. And the same goes for the weekly time frame, explaining that all right, we've seen a bearish order block candle which has been retested, and of course a gradual shift in market structure, which if you do not pay close attention to, you might not see. But again, if you zoom closing, you'd see the weak reaction of the candle. You'd see that yes, the top and bottom of this candle was raided. Look at that. So this is the bullish candle, right? So this is the top of the candle, the bottom of the candle, and then it was raided like that, and that explains that the market is already moving downward. So you have the buy side liquidity happening there, and then the shift in market structure, which is the break of structures happening right there. And so you see the market coming back into the range, and then lot of questions are still ongoing. So on a daily time frame, no much talk, trying to make it very simple. You can carefully see that definitely there is a shift in market structure. Stop loss aren't, let's assume. And then you have this break, which of course the body of the candle is still in between the range, and then the market retesting these levels. Beginning to think the market might not actually be bearish, but when I come closer, looking at the market with the way it's doing, like on a 4-hour candle, I came to the conclusion that this is a bearish order flow, right? A bearish order flow, and for some reasons that are very simple, I remain bearish, right? So, and drawing the P and D array from this top to this bottom, you see it retraces about 65% or 60% downwards, and then you have this top again, this bottom. So now this retracement is very much heavy. It's more like 70% retracement. And this is not strange in the case when the market wants to go unusual. So this is not a checker to affirm for you the market is going upwards or downwards, my opinion. And they all matter to me. So I think many things can happen. The market could actually from yesterday come to like 104. Okay, that does not mean we're still not going to be going downwards. So just be careful of this box. So while the market poses a bearish possibility, it also explains that it could actually have shenanigans. So please take note of this. I'm very careful. I hope and I really think somebody's gonna like get saved from this, but that's the whole entry point of the trade here, right? And it's gonna be like going live. We're gonna be seeing Bitcoin come to somewhere around this point, and I'm probably gonna be posting these for those on our X account. That's all. So I think that's it about my prediction about Bitcoin, and I specifically predicted for Pingu. I'm having this trade. I'm expecting it comes right into that point. Look at this trade, because I'm still very much bearish, and the reasons for why I'm bearish on Pingu and of course other memes are very simple. If you head over to like a daily time frame, let me not use it weekly, you'd carefully see how Pingu has been like bullish, right, all along after its downtrend from the point of the listing, right? This will be the low. Quickly, let me just do that. The low, and then this will be the external liquidity high. And so the external liquidity was rated, and then you have the new high being created, which is the higher high. And following the higher high being created, this is an external liquidity low, right? It is. It is. It is. So thinking it's not true. Because if you would go by the P and D array measurement, you would see that this is fairly effectively retraced, right? And so you see the market reading this would have been thinking, oh, right, it wants to, create the mentality of that manipulation scenario where it just goes and then rates a internal range liquidity and then continues. That's not the case right here. So what we can see, right, is the market beginning to change bias, and this would essentially now serve as our buy side liquidity, and then sorry, this will serve as our buy side liquidity, this particular point. And then following that, what you would be saying the market to do is an obvious break of structure, which has happened right here, which would be well, seen in the case of a lower time frame. So you have this as our break of structure, and following this break of structure, what we can call MSS, you can definitely agree with us that the market is only retracing to come way more downward. So all along, I'm expecting Pingu to, I'd written that on X, dump way lower, some 25% down or 30%. So we could be seeing Pingu down around 0.2325 and thereabout. So 0.2523. So I think that's all I've got to say about the market expectation. So do not have too much expectation with this market. I'm saying this because the political sector is definitely overhyped, and I've seen a lot of talks in social media speaking of how Trump is going to be like favoring the US dollars over crypto, and of course favoring crypto projects that are in-house. When I mean in-house, I mean launched from the United States. So those are very important, I think. And then that's all. So looking at Solana and of course every other coins, you will realize that there are still some bearishness. I don't know if that's the right word within the market. So all I'm saying is be careful, be watchful, always analyze your portfolio and stay safe. This is Gil, and of course, if you love that, don't forget to give us a following, subscribe, and keep watching. Peace out. Bye.